I'm telling you, we need to throw the mic over the thing and have it hanging down right here.
Yeah,
It
could.
It could rotate.
It could.
Whoever's talking.
We can swing it over.
Or it just swings. And goes,
As Todd's talking, it's off.
Did you guys ever see? I think it was Monsters Inc. outtakes at the end. They actually put
boom mic
a
hitting.
boom mic in the frame, and there is no boom mic because there's no filming going on.
Right.
What do you mean there's no filming?
That's like saying there's no Santa Claus.
It's all.
How do they make
it's all
it-
DG.
how do they make
it's all,
a
it's all
movie?
digital.
There has to be.
How are you saying they make a movie without filming?
They don't film. There's no filming at all.
What?
It's all in the computer. It's all digital. Whatever.
There's somebody,
It's us professional YouTubers know.
there's
Okay.
there's somebody in there working. Jeez.
Yeah, those are all costumes, Todd.
Gosh, Todd.
Yeah, let's talk about
I
some.
bet you don't. I bet you don't believe in Santa Claus.
No,
either.
no, not at all.
I do.
Sorry, my son, but no, there is no Santa Claus.
Then when you stop believing is when you get underwear for Christmas. That's what my wife.
Oh, it's
always
been
says.
years. I got a whole drawer full.
There you go. You should start believing again.
Now we have to put a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Do not let small children watch this episode.
Yes, it could be inflammatory.
Yes. Yeah.
So pet peeves. I have some pet peeves, and it has to do with language, because I guess my radio days, I really work on proper grammar and stuff. My wife is really bad about it. She's a Nazi, kind of like your wife is when it comes to grammar and spelling.
Yep.
And Leslie also. But that, and just because I guess I was a cop for 20 years, really stupid people is a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
You told me about one of yours yesterday.
Yeah. My biggest pet peeve is the word weapon used in place of a gun.
We're working on a concept for a video to explain the difference between a handgun and a weapon. The difference between what is actually a weapon. And unfortunately, I think you say it well. How do you feel when people group all guns as weapons?
It just upsets me actually, because a gun is just a gun, and anything could become a weapon when it's used in that aspect. So, when people say, what kind of a weapon do you carry? A lot of the times, if I kind of know the person, I'll say, well, I carry a pen or I carry a pencil. and they get confused, and it's like, oh, you mean what kind of a handgun do I carry? So it's just my biggest pet peeve, because in the gun world, even gun people call guns weapons, and the word weapon is such a negative connotation that we need to get away from. And so when you hear the news, it's like, oh, the weapon used was, or whatever. And I've often said you can do, mass killings or whatever with something other than a gun. But if that was
Happens all the time.
and if that was the case, they call it what it is. Oh, he.
You said something about a truck.
Yes. So when I was a school teacher, I used to talk to other teachers, and I would say, listen, guns aren't as bad as everybody says they are. If I wanted to do mass damage, I can actually just take my truck on a school playground at recess and mow kids over left and right. And if I did that, it would be he used his truck. But if I went on campus and used a gun, it would be weapon. The scary, evil word weapon. And so part of changing the culture is quit using the word weapon for a gun, because guns are used for many other things other than just killing people.
Oh,
Well, it goes right back to the assault weapon.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is my assault phone if I
anything-
hit you in the head with
right.
it.
Anything could be an assault weapon.
Exactly.
Why did a certain type of rifle get branded that?
Well, a lot of it's because of the whole AR.
do you know how many times that I've flown in a weapon?
Oh, gosh.
Because didn't 9/11 make that abundantly clear?
There were 3 weapons in the air that day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So why do we call all airplanes weapons? So it's ridiculous that the people, even gun people, call them weapons to make them a negative, evil thing.
Yes.
When in fact there's competition. There's people shoot guns instead of golf, and that's their way of relaxing. That's their way of releasing. To forget about the day and just get along with their life.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing that the language has brought that weapon into only meaning guns, when it could be anything.
Anything. Pencil,
Anything.
pen, hatchet,
Yep.
anything. But yeah, so that's my biggest pet peeve.
I don't have pet peeves.
Good.
He's perfect.
So we're getting ready. This will be our last show before we go on our trip, and we're going to have on Tuesday or Wednesday our desert trip coming up. We've been asked by the California Rifle and Pistol Association to go to San Pedro, California, and go to their annual meeting. We do have our roundup program we've started here. We can round up your purchase so that we can help fight back the laws in California. And we've been asked to go down to the USS Iowa, one of the oldest actually functional battleships out there, and it was the longest term one ever, I think, in the history of the Navy. It's been around for a very long time, and we get to go tour that boat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have several pictures for you. We're gonna talk about the boat. Hopefully get some good pictures of our motorcycles, because we're riding our motorcycles down there. From there, we're gonna go from San Pedro straight north, and we're gonna head up to Red Rock Canyon, California. It's the Red Rock Desert up there, outside of California City. And we're gonna camp out with our camping supplies. Hopefully get some great photos and some great things over there. But we're also gonna be using our Mountain House foods, our Jetboil stoves. We'll be using some of our other equipment out there that we sell at the store, including our Helinox chairs, and get a chance to see how that stuff works in the real world. But last night, you got on Facebook and sent me a message.
Yeah, I saw pop up the Goal Zero Yeti 400. It's basically a generator, a solar generator that you can use for whatever you need to power. We're gonna try and use one to power all our equipment. And
after he sends the message to me last night,
I saw it on Facebook in an advertisement and forwarded it to you.
And I'd seen it before at Medallion Supply here in Hanford. Jason, one of our good friends here at the store, goes over. You know, we got to get him on here showing some of his knives.
Oh yeah,
Actually, yeah.
he would love that, I think.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but he's a real big knife guy. Medallion Supply is where we have most of the lights you see in this store came from Medallion Supply. Great lighting and electrical company right here on Lacey Boulevard, East Lacey in Hanford, and he has those there. I've seen them there before. You guys have seen them there before. Well, he comments, "Hey, I sell those." So I just asked him. I said, "Hey, we're going to be doing this trip. Can we borrow one and do a demo for you guys?" Done. So we have a Yeti 400 to take on the trip now.
It's gonna be good.
And Medallion Supply is a great little store there, and we'll be talking about what they do, and we'll also be showcasing this little battery unit. And what we're going to do is we're going to charge it before we leave, and we're not going to plug in at the hotel at the first night or the rest of the trip. We're just going to use that for our power supplies for our phones, you know, except for on our bikes, but for our phones, any equipment, our batteries for our cameras, everything's going to be powered off that one thing for the 2.5, 3 days we're going to be gone. And let's see how that thing works and how much energy we use in that thing, and just on using our equipment.
Right.
Yeah, should be cool.
Yep. So look for some great video next week of the deserts in California, plus the USS Iowa, and it should be a good time.
I think
Real
so.
good time.
I think so.
Don't forget, we just uploaded the video yesterday of proper ways to rack a gun, especially if you have arthritis or you have weak hands. That's a pretty good video. You can actually see that if you click right here, and you can subscribe right here if you want to subscribe to our channel to see our next stuff coming out. Once again, thank you for coming along for the ride this morning. This is the King's Gun Center morning coffee sessions, and thank you for watching King's Gun Center TV. That was a good time.